Hi everybody, and welcome to our second video. This video is going to cover standard form. We are still on section 2.4 talking about graphing lines. So this is standard form. If you don't remember, ax plus by equals c, that is standard form. Do you remember how to graph it? Well, the method that probably you've learned is what's called the cover-up method. Actually, it's not called that. I just made up that word, but I think you'll know what I mean when I say it in just a second. Another way to think about it is plugging in zeros. So for instance, if I have a table of values and I put a 0 in the x column and a 0 in the y column. If I put a 0 in the x column, I'm going to cover up. Let's look at this example. So I'm going to cover up that x, the whole thing, because if I plug in 0, it makes it a 0, right? And so now, if I divide by -2, then I get a -9. And most of us do this in our head. That is, if you've learned the cover-up method. And so then I'm going to go to my other one, and this time I'm going to plug in a 0 for y. Well, that gets rid of that y. And so now I divide by 6, and I get x equals 3. That was a very informal way of showing you what I call the cover-up method. If I want to be a little bit more formal about it, I could plug in zeros. So for instance, I would take 6 times 0 minus 2y is equal to 18, and I would take a minute to solve this equation. Well, that gives me 0 minus 2y equals 18. I divide by -2, and I get -9. Of course, that's what I did the other time. I'm just going a little bit more formally this time. And if I plug in a 0 for the y, I get 6x minus 2 times 0 is equal to 18. That is going to give me 6x, that's a 0, equals 18. Divide by 6, and I get 3. So I'm going to now take this table of values and I'm going to plot these points. Well, of course, my graph didn't count right, did it? So let's just say 0, -9, let's see, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm going to go way down here for 0, -9, and then 3, 0 is over here, and I need to connect those points. And so I connect my points, and my line looks like this. That is, like I said, essentially the cover-up method, plugging in zeros. When I describe it, sometimes I say we're making a table of values with zeros in it. That's what I'm talking about. This is how we graph with standard form. Not as familiar to you as the last video. Everyone knows slope-intercept. Sometimes it takes a minute to remember standard form. Once again, write down at least one or maybe two advantages or disadvantages to standard form, and when we come to class next time, we'll need to discuss these. That is the end of this video on standard form. The next video will cover point slope.